I'm Tom Collier. We have Jason JayRock here, the wild man, my co-host, and today we have FireRock recording artist, an innovator in the world of EDM and metal music, LuvHz. How you doing today, LuvHz?
Very good, thank you. I am LuvHz, and you are watching the This Is Metal show on FireRock Music TV, which I've been a big fan of since you guys started. I love all
Excellent, excellent,
and
excellent. So LuvHz, let me ask you a little bit about your release that's coming up this Friday on Valentine's Day. Tell us a little bit about the song and how you redid this and what this song means to you.
so the Barry Manilow song, and it's called "Ready to Take a Chance Again." And it's my favorite song in the world. And as a child, while all my friends were listening to like Disney and this and that, I saw this movie called Foul Play with Chevy Chase and Goldie Hawn, and the opening song changed my life. And rather than causing trouble, and all my peers that I grew up with are either in or out of jail, tattoos, no teeth. And I said, I'm not going down that path. I went down the path of learning how to play this song, and it meant so much to me. And I wanted to bring it to new, younger kids. So I made it more uplifting and faster tempo for dancing. And I think people are really going to like it. So if it wasn't for Barry, I'd probably be in jail.
Okay,
And
well, thank you, Barry. Jason, go ahead.
Yeah, let me ask you, Love Hurts. I grew up on a lot of bands like Kiss and Motley Crue and Alice Cooper, and all those bands I mentioned, of course, not only have great songs and a great sound, but they have a great look. So let's talk about your look. Is this an alter ego? Talk about the character, the background, how you created it.
well, I'm a huge Kiss fan, and this is my homage to Peter Criss.
Wow.
Uh,
Okay.
got a Vinnie Vincent guitar on the wall back there.
Wow.
Got an Iceman right here. These two guitars were done by Mean Street Guitars, and his name is Mitchell Floyd in Florida. He turned all my Iceman guitars from Paul Stanley into these beautiful pieces of work. And when you have this, you don't have to worry about if you're white, black, yellow, overweight, 5 years old, 55 years old. It doesn't matter. It's just no one knows. That's the beauty of it. That's why I love Kiss so much. Kiss always gave you 110% for your money.
So,
So
like I listen, I heard the cover you're talking about that comes out this Friday, and I guess it'd be best described as electric dance music. I was curious. It sounds like you're into a little bit of everything, and talk about the song and why you chose this. I mean, you kind of already did, but I guess what I'm asking is, are you working towards a full length album as well?
yep, I'm working with FireRock, and we have a whole record. We have all the songs are done, and Tom's going to play guitar in a few of the songs, do some shredding leads, and I like everything from Manowar to Manilow. I cover it, and it's gonna be amazing because I got great people behind me, and I think that people are really gonna be receptive to it because there's heavy metal music, which is heavy, but
Sure.
then you got the lighter stuff. But if you listen to the lyrics, it's not only heavy, it's emotionally crippling when you hear these. It sounds beautiful, but it's like, oh my God, this guy went through so much in his life. So I took these depressing lyrics, and they're beautiful, and with a beautiful, uplifting music behind it. So kind of a play on his play on the play.
Yeah.
So why don't you talk about how you created this? And you actually sing this song too, correct? You played all the instruments and sing the song too?
Yep. And unfortunately, I had to hire someone at the last minute to do the final vocals. I have a polyp on my vocal cords. I'm getting fixed on March.
Hmm.
But every song from here out will be 100% me. But I wrote it from the ground up, and I write all my music from ground up. And you'll never hear a synthesizer or a sound used by another person because I create every sound from scratch other than drums, which you can't, drums are drums, but the bass synths, the lead synths, all my guitar pedals. You can't. Maybe you could try to copy them, but you're not going to get what I have. And I try to listen to I try to take '70s disco and take futuristic modern stuff like Daft Punk and put it together. And then I do like a heavy metal like Rob Halford and Judas Priest and mix it with a little bit of EDM.
Why don't you tell people where they can find the music, listen to it? I know you've already got one single out, Nights,
Yep.
Templar Nights. Now let's talk about this. Where can they find it? Are you on what Spotify? Tell them where they can find the
So
music.
this
And do you
Friday,
have a website that they can go to or a
love
Facebook page? A Facebook page.
LuvHz Official on Facebook, Instagram.com, Spotify, iTunes, and you can always find it through FireRock group. And it's gonna be awesome. We've got Tom behind me pushing for this to be released. Very great guy. And it's good to have people in your corner rather than doing it yourself.
Oh,
Go ahead,
sure.
Jason. Go
I was
ahead,
going to ask
Jason.
you, Tom. When you first discovered or learned of Love Hurts, um, was it a combination of the music and the look that kind of drew you to his act?
It was everything. He's the complete package. He actually did a live show with the people. He had 1,000 people came out to see him. First show he played. I mean, it was just great. But his music is just so good, and he creates it himself. So that's a different thing. And he's a crossover from the EDM to the metal. When you hear the rest of his album, I've heard all of his music, and none of it sounds the same. In
Oh,
fact, we're pitching in some TV shows and movies and stuff like that too. But he's one of those guys. It's so different. You got to sign him. We're
oh
always
wow.
looking for unique, and he was just so different. I had to sign him. So
Definitely stands. Yeah, I can say this, Tom. Nothing against any of the other acts we've had come on the show, but he definitely stands out. Got something special to offer. And let me ask you guys, talking about the live show, I can kind of only imagine what a live show with Love Hurts is like. I mean, uh, what exactly are people going to get when they come see you live?
You're gonna, well, remember Kiss?
Yeah,
Well, I model myself after Gene Simmons. He says, fill the stage. Don't
yeah,
go up there looking like you came out of bed. If you have room on the stage, put something there. We have 60-foot geysers that shoot up. We have arc welders that shoot sparks everywhere. And all the lights are programmed to each song. So each song's never the same because I mix and play all my own music and bring it in. It's not like I'm pressing play and walking around. I'm like, every show is different. It's not, and then all my music is triggering the lights, the fog, the dry ice, and then I do the guitar stuff, the guitar solos with the flames behind me. And I got a really good team. So much flames we can do outdoors, but obviously not inside. We don't want to.
yeah. I imagine Love Hurts. You played with other bands over years. I was kind of curious. This must be a unique experience because typically, when you play in a band, you got other guys up on the stage with you. This is a unique experience in that you're the only one up there. All eyes are on you. I mean, what's that experience been like?
So at first it's like nerve-wracking at first because you could always just like hide behind a
Yeah.
drummer or a singer and walk around. But now you gotta have youth center and but after the first show or two you feel amazing and it's just like they're there to see you and they're moving, they're happy, they're bobbing their heads and it's just like, oh my God. I dropped my power pack. But
Yeah, wow. And I imagine, Tom, when people see him live, I mean, it must be quite an experience. I'm sure it's like nothing you've ever seen before.
no, it's. I mean, it's people just rocking to him from the first song, to last song. And people of all ages though too. It's like you got people from 12 years old to 82 years old up there just going. He keeps the thing going. The lights are going. It's a high energy show. It's an experience to see him. And he's set up such a theatrical stage set up there. I mean, it's really cool. He's choreographed all. He spent a lot of time doing this all himself. He set this all up himself. So with someone like that, he's very talented. He's a great songwriter too.
I can't wait to hear the rest of the album. I mean, just seeing the way you appear today on the show, I want to go see you in concert. You know what I mean? You got that kind of appeal. Like Tom said, I think this is a show very much like Kiss did back in the day, where Kiss appeal was a band that appealed to people of all ages. You know?
but that's the best thing about music. I've actually got a video I'm going to post. So I originally did the demo for this song. I sent to Tom, but I also sent it to one of my good friends. And his 6-month-old daughter was dancing to it. So I'm
Wow.
going to be posting that. And I was like, that's a good sign. If a little kid's shaking, like, and I'm like, I'm happy, she's happy. And yeah, I'm looking excited to get
Yeah,
out there.
I could even see your music being like put in anime and stuff like that, and animation and cartoons.
Yep.
I mean, again, we talked a lot about Kiss because you can kind of see the influence here a little, but yet it doesn't come across as like a ripoff. You've got your own thing going, which I think is great, but also kind of along the lines of Kiss. I mean, with a character like this, I think there are many other avenues you could take this beyond just music and the live show and records. I think you could maybe have LuvHz, animated show or something like that down the line.
I would love that, but he's gotten hooked up with a few projects he's working on. I want to do some musical scores for. He's playing the rock and roll mayor.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And we've also got we're actually looking at video games, some of his music for video games too. We've been reaching out to a lot of people. I mean, and this guy, Love Hurts, is art. He's actually a screenplay writer too. He's wrote a movie. Am I
Wow.
correct? I mean, I won't give it away, but he's wrote his own anime movie and stuff.
It's gonna be called The Voodoo Samurai, and
Yep.
I got an awesome lawyer. She's great. She lives in Salem, Massachusetts, and I just got hooked up with a web designer who also lives in Salem, Massachusetts yesterday through Tom, and I'm like, I wonder if it's the same person, but apparently not. But
Wow,
I
wow.
got to go burn some witches.
Yep. But he's got so many things going on, Jason. I mean, he's really
I mean,
a
Tom, I might
talented
even
guy.
see a LuvHurst movie down the line. I know I'm getting way ahead of us, but
Well,
you never know.
you never know, absolutely. But we'd like to get him into definitely he's going to be in video games, things like that. And he's brilliant. He's got so many different it's a different side of I've known him a long time. It's a different side of him. When he brought this to me, I was kind of shocked. I was like, wow, this is
And,
really good.
and Tom, as a live performer yourself, let me ask you. I would imagine seeing him perform live, it's like even if he's the opening band, think about the act that has to follow him. It's,
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. No,
If they're bad,
he was a headliner, but they had an act after him his last show. But I
yeah,
don't think they couldn't keep up with what he did, and it was a full band came on after him. I mean, the crowd he just tore up the crowd. The crowd went crazy from the first song to the last song, and the theatrics with it. I mean, it's a
sure,
real
sure.
show. It's not just music; it's a whole show. These choreographed.
See, that's
really.
the thing,
What's
guys.
up?
All my life, the bands that I like was really a fan of were the theatrical bands because I don't know about you, but when I go see a band play live, I want to be entertained. I mean, if I want to listen to a record, I'll stay home for that.
I don't
Sure.
want to see someone like these rolled out of bed. I'm like, come on, guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. So let's talk about more future releases. You're going to do another one. We're going to do another single for you, correct? When are we planning on dropping that one? You don't have to
That,
tell us the name of it, but
that one's going to be hopefully for St. Patrick's Day. And this one's
okay.
called Gullwing.
What's it
And
called?
Gullwing like a DeLorean.
Okay.
And
Nice.
In case you didn't know, Tom, that's correct me if I'm wrong, LuvHurst, but that's probably an Ace Frehley reference, right?
I love it, really.
Yeah,
Frehley's Comet 5+1 was one of my favorite records growing up.
Rock
And
Soldiers. Yeah.
it's just like, and what I would really like to do is I'd like to do a show with Tom someday. And I'd like to do I Was Made for Loving You electronic and have Held Hostage do it. That could be back there.
Well,
Yeah, we can do that.
I'll
Yeah,
tell you, LuvHurst. Tom, when he goes out and plays live, he has different types of bands playing with Held Hostage. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Tom, but we had these two ladies come on that they were in one of the opening bands, and they weren't really a well-known act, and yet that was one of our most popular episodes.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. Yep, we had Debbie and Franny come on ahead of us. We've had Joe Van Dresser, a country artist, John Parker band, Herb Lyons, Todd Hope. We've had so many different types of bands come in front of us. I love doing something like that because there's always somebody out there that might not be there just for the rock show. So it's like I want to give it to everybody. We consider ourselves a family band, and that's the other thing I like about the Love Hurts is they're really a family band. There's not a lot of cussing in there. There's nothing like that. It's very clean and family oriented, and he plays guitar great too. I mean,
See, that's another thing, Tom, you brought up that people don't think of when you think of music, being family oriented, but I love it. It's a show that everybody, could go to.
absolutely, absolutely. I don't like profanity over the microphones, anything like that. It's all about kids come out there because we've raised so much money for families. We've just morphed into this family band, and this is Love Hurts is another band like that. He got morals. He's straight ahead. He doesn't cuss and swear. It's all about the music and the
no
entertainment.
drinking, no smoking, just
Yep.
went my whole life without that. It's funny still saying it, but like I said, if it wasn't for Mr. Manilow and Gene Simmons, he was the same way for his books. He's never drank or smoked. And yeah, Kiss and Barry Manilow and just Devo. And Devo's great live too because they play a lot of the instruments live. And but this Joe Van Dresser, this country kid, keep your eyes on this guy. He's going to be like Garth Brooks. He's going to be big.
So, Love
Absolutely.
Hurts, is this your only is this your standard costume, or do you have different outfits you wear?
This is this is the one I'm using right now, just for other people seeing me.
Sure.
The two new ones that I'm working on are, you're going to be blown away. They're going to be the cat, because I
Yeah,
love cats. I save animals, and I don't want to give it away, but one's going to go with this guitar right here,
yeah.
one, and one's going to go with the blue one.
Yeah, I will tell you guys that I'm just I'm amazed just looking at them. It's kind of a case of I bet people are watching this and they're gonna be saying, "Boy, the best is yet to come," or "You ain't seen nothing yet."
I got touch screens in my guitars, so like if I'm playing somewhere, my music's going, and I can control effects and robot noises, and everything's interactive. And it's pretty cool. And I always like to get people, if they're in the crowd, they got like LEDs and their little halos on. I'm like, come on up, come on up, come on. Just don't step here or here, because you're gonna get sprayed with fog or dry ice.
Oh wow, yeah.
But the next video is going to be great. Mark Lopes from Ross the Boss, he's going to be doing the next video for me, and what he has planned is going to be pretty epic.
Wow. Pretty, Tom, any chance that you guys will collaborate, maybe write a song in the future together?
I'm going to play on his album for him. He's asked me. Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure we'll do something together. Absolutely. He's got some great songs that he sent me. I mean, I've been kind of blown away by some of the songs he's written. And I know. Go ahead, Dave. Oh, LuvHz.
The key. I've taken this class online from Will Darling. It's called the EDM Accelerator, and they had this one guy on. He says, collaboration. Just anytime you get a chance, do it. And I love rock and roll. Ever since I got to see these guys live, awesome.
Hey, let's talk about the name LuvHz. I'm sorry, I was just going to ask, how did you come up with that?
Yeah. So LuvHz. Everyone's been in love.
Yeah.
LuvHz. And what it's HZ for the frequency hertz. And there's a frequency for everyone's love, whether it's a breakup song or your wedding song you dance to, there's that frequency. Or hearing your significant other talk, there's that frequency, LuvHz. And then when my grandmother passed away, it just sucks. You just remember her voice. It's like, oh man,
I got you. Yeah.
Oh, that hurts. You just remember her talk to you and tell you you're good no matter what you did.
Yeah.
So LuvHz, and it's a play on words like LUVHC rather than love. And
yeah, love is a lot of things to a lot of different people. Take it away, Tom.
That's why that's why I try to make my songs like not like, not about a man or a woman. They can just the idea about love, and you can apply it to your cat, you can apply it to your car. It'll work.
There you go.
So why don't we talk a little bit about, I know we've been talking about some festivals for you. I know that we've talked about Spain, Sweden, but what about some local stuff in the United States? Are you going to be doing any shows coming up this summer? You got anything to announce yet? Or I know you've been getting ready to book some.
I haven't got the date yet, but I'm doing a big show in Buffalo, New York, and it's going to be a big outdoor festival. And then there's going to be one in Oneida for the firemen we're going to do after the fireworks. We do the first annual EDM like event, so it's going to go after the fireworks go off. And actually, some bands are going to be playing more like rock bands. We're going to talk with Tom with that, and then after the fireworks. And then I got a few in New Jersey and a few in New York City. And I want to spiral out from my home base, which I don't want to tell you where it is, like the Bat Cave.
There you go. Yeah.
And then
you mean the cat cave? The cat cave.
Yeah, there you go. Or the litter box.
And then spiral back in. And I just got hooked up with a great music broker. And I hope he works out. He seems like he's legit. And with FireRock behind me, I think this name will hopefully carry on in the future. And then in 10 years, I'm going to turn this over to somebody else, man, woman, tall, short, skinny, fat, and then they'll turn it over in 10 years. So that's why it keeps going and keeps going and keeps going.
I love that. You're thinking ahead already, Dave. Even long after you're gone, people be still checking out LuvHz.
Yep. Because like, as much as I love Kiss, I love Ace Frehley and I love Peter Criss, but you got to replace them if they can't do the shows and all that. And I was there for the very last show at the Garden.
Yeah.
And it sucked, but I was happy for all the little kids that
got to see it. Yeah.
Never seen Ace or Peter, but it's better than nothing,
Yeah.
Paul Stanley is my favorite rock vocalist of all time. I mean, being a singer, I have like a polyp right now. You have to fix. You play guitar, you're going to get better over time. Everyone Jimmy Page, everybody, they get better. Slash, oh my God, Slash is so much better. But vocalists, once you have it, you have it. You lose it, you lose it. And but Paul in his prime was the greatest, in my opinion.
Sure, sure. So you're a singer and a guitar player primarily. Playing the other instruments, did that take a while to learn it? Did you already know how to do them?
This is the best part. So I was raised by my grandmother, and her husband, or my grandfather, I should say too, made me play trumpet, piano, trombone, and just go to. I'm just like amazing, and I thank God, because in the song coming up, when you hear the song going, you're gonna be like, there's literally 30 instruments that I played on, and I had to hire one woman for violin. I wrote the parts on piano for violin, but that's hard to play. But I've done all the 29 other instruments on there.
Hey, that's pretty impressive. I mean, hey, you can't play one, hey, that's all right.
Yeah, I do want to learn how to play the sitar eventually, but I need money first. So
Sure. Yeah.
if anyone's out there who wants to donate to a sitar, send it to FireRock and they'll get it to me.
So, so moving forward, I was curious, Tom, are you guys kind of doing it the modern way, releasing a song at a time, or when do you think we might see a full-length album?
We're gonna do probably 3 singles and then come back with the full album. He's got to finish it up, but we're just trying to get his name out there, because the album, I think, is gonna blow people away. It's just
Give
gonna be
people a little taste, right? Yeah.
absolutely.
But it's gonna be sweet, because it goes from like I'd say one part's almost like Motley Crue,
Yeah.
right up to Duran Duran, all funky, and
That's
then
cool.
like Judas Priest with once I get my it's gonna be great.
I mean, you look at a band like Def Leppard, they got everything from Me and My Wine, which is full blown on metal, to, Hysteria, which is a
Oh
full
yeah,
on ballad.
last year with Motley Crue, I took my friend who's never seen Motley Crue, and say what you want to say. I've seen them many times, and they always give you a good show.
Sure, sure.
But I was surprised how good Def Leppard was. It was almost surreal, because it sounded like they're playing off a CD, but I could see the little mistakes, with the palm muting, you could actually hear it. Or when they hit the pickup selector to quiet the guitar, so it's live. And I was like,
Yeah,
wow.
LuvHz, I'll share with you. One of the best shows I ever seen was a number of years ago, but when Def Leppard and Kiss did that tour together, it's like you got two headlining sets, but I don't know, they were both equally as good.
I mean, I'll always take Kiss over anybody.
Sure.
It's just that's who I grew up with.
I mean, with Demon, Gene Simmons, he's my all-time hero. He was always my go-to guy. Played those mean bass riffs, could sing. I was a fan of all his songs. Everything he did. Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing about him is, like, he's saying in his vocal registry rather than going high. He's saying, so he sounds, when he plays now, he sounds just like he always has. But
And I love Gene not just for his music and writing, and as a performer. But I mean, he was the one guy that I like. If you read his book, none of the guys wanted to learn how to breathe fire. Who wants to learn to breathe? I'll do it.
Even when he talked about when he was in Israel picking fruit to make money for his mom, I'm like, this guy, even as a child, was a machine, always making money, always making people happy.
Yeah.
Great, great human being. I got to meet him once. I was very lucky.
What was that like?
He looked at my shirt and said, "That's not licensed." I was like, oh crap. It was so funny. But down to earth, nice guy. And his voice when he talks, the way he talks is just so cool. Just how he talks up on stage.
Yeah.
And very professional.
Yeah.
Great human being.
Yeah.
He's very patriotic. He loves the country that, we emigrated to. He's very
he always had a great work ethic. I mean, worked. He was a real hard worker to get where he is.
Oh yeah. I just wish age wasn't a thing. I wish they could just be 30 forever and just. Oh, that would be awesome. Oh, I want the next 20 years of children to see Kiss live. At least we have DVDs, MP4s and MP3s.
Oh, beautiful. Hey, Tom, I'm gonna make a prediction here that because I just cannot take my eyes off of LuvHz. I mean, it's just a great visual. Again, I'm just excited to hear the rest of the music when it comes out. But I'm gonna make a prediction here, Tom, that this is gonna be one of our most popular episodes. You just wait and see.
I think so too. I was happy that, and I appreciate you doing this on short notice too, because I messaged you yesterday and I said that we'd like to do LuvHz on here, and you automatically got back to me and said, yeah, we can do it tomorrow. So
Sure.
on
Yeah.
Super Bowl Sunday. So thank you. Appreciate you doing that.
Early in the morning, right? So
Yeah, absolutely. Got you out of bed.
So what do you think?
believe me,
What inning
Tom,
are they
I'm
in?
like you. I'm up at like 4 in the morning, even when I don't have to be.
What inning?
You
Go
know,
ahead, Dave. Go ahead. LuvHz.
It said what inning? I was joking. I got
Okay.
my Super Bowl square. If I do win, I'm going to buy a sitar, and then I'll have a. But anyways, one last thing. Going in March, it's going to be amazing. Tom's heard it. 30 instruments. I play 29. Not trying to pat myself on the back, but it's just most people nowadays with music have AI write it for them, and it's just terrible.
hey, it's something. It's something. If someone put on your resume, all those instruments you can play. I mean, AI is it's a double-edged thing because it's beautiful for some things, but then like I seen somebody comment that they went on AI and told AI to draw a picture of Randy Rhoads, and it came back drawing this picture of like a real old looking Randy Rhoads, and the guy's like, I guess AI has no idea Randy Rhoads died when he was 24 years old. Yeah,
Well, hopefully before the crash.
yeah.
So we got anything else you want to go over? I think we're getting towards the end of the show here. LuvHz.
I want to thank you guys for having me on. Thank you for having me on your label. And like I said, if you're in the country, Joe Van Dresser, I tell all these people because I went and saw a country concert, and I was like, wasn't always big into it. I like it. I went and saw Hank Williams III, and the whole way up, I'm like, fuck. I hope we get a flat tire. I really don't want to go. I really don't want to go. I just can't say no. It was one of the best concerts. When the first 30 seconds, I almost broke my ankle. And this guy, Hank Williams III, carries the instruments on stage, takes them off, and he just talks to every person. And I couldn't believe he was that good. He surrounded himself by the best musicians. I've seen him many, many times since then, but got me into country, whether it's outlaw country, pop country. Just never say no to going to see live bands because you might see me.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys, I'm kind of an old school guy. I don't know if you really consider it country, but I don't know what you call it. But Charlie Daniels is a guy to check out, and you'll see what I mean.
Yep. And then like Mathis tells you smoking the band at the Stutterer.
Yeah.
He was awesome.
Okay, lovers. Well, it's been a pleasure getting to know you, and I know we have no trouble getting you to come back on our show anytime, but I just want to say you're welcome back anytime. So around the time you drop the next single, we'll have you come back. Okay.
Sweet. Thank you.
LuvHz. Thanks so much, man. Keep rocking. FireRock
Take care,
music.
guys. Bye
Take
bye.
care.